You're listening to Edge Radio TV. The views and opinions expressed in this program are that of the host or guests, and not the Edge Radio Network or its advertisers or affiliates.
Welcome everyone to another edition of Athletes United on the Edge Radio Network, where truth still matters. I'm of course your host, Big Mel. I've called myself the master of all that I survey and final officer of all that comes before me. I'm as always joined by my son, the great Lorenzo Johnson, former NBA great Lorenzo Johnson. I refer to him affectionately as Big Sonny. How you doing today, Big Sonny?
Great. Hello, everyone.
We have some anxious viewers today, son, because we have today a young man, a guest of honor today. That I can't say enough about this young man. He's author, if you will, of a book.
Very impressive.
Yes, he's published this work. And it's interesting. We'll talk to him about that. He's a young athlete. He plays golf. Huh?
Oh.
Yes, he's basketball, you name it, and comes from a family that breeds success. So we want to sit here today and sort of interrogate him, if you will.
It's a strong word.
Yeah, okay, all right. Interview him.
Interview. I like that. Yeah, it's a little bit more pleasant.
All right.
Will you guys agree?
Huh?
A little audience
Okay,
participation.
that's all right. That's all right. And his name is Ron Walker Jr., affectionately referred to as RJ.
RJ, I like it. I can dig it.
Good morning, RJ. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Indeed. Tell us something. What gave you the inspiration to write a book? It's called The Legend. And we want to make certain everybody sees this book. This is an interesting work.
Before you go that far, though,
Yes.
what's your age, young man?
I'm 14.
14?
No, 15. I was
15?
14 when I wrote the book.
Ladies and gentlemen, 15 years old. And that's an inspiration right there.
Yes, indeed it is.
It's written a
Indeed
book.
it is.
Wow.
What was the inspiration behind this, RJ? Get us into this.
Well, my first inspiration was that I like to write a lot. I like to
Okay.
write. So I'll just sit in my room, not doing anything. I'll have my phone away from me so I'm not distracted. I'll just write. So I like to write. And then when COVID happened, we were all stuck in the house for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to write. And so my mom came up to me and she was like, "You're sitting in the house all day just like playing video games and on your phone. You might as well write." And I was like, "That's true." And then I started looking at college basketball, professional, and started watching that stuff, following how they were handling the pandemic. And I was like, let me write a book about basketball. Because I like to play basketball. I like to watch basketball. My brother plays basketball, so I'm around it a lot.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, let me write a book about basketball. I know a lot about it, and it'll be something easy for me to do.
Interesting. And so you created this entire, I guess, thing called The Legend. Tell us about The Legend. Who is The Legend? How does The Legend aspire? And obviously The Legend is a work of art that you dreamed of. And give us a skip.
Well, The Legend is about a kid named Mac. He's going into 9th grade like I was at the time.
Uh-huh.
And he's a very anticipated high school prospect.
I see.
They watched him in middle school, and now he's coming into high school, and they've got big expectations for him. And so he's got to learn how to shoulder all of that responsibility along with school and other extracurriculars. And so it's a little bit like me. And so that's what I wrote about.
So you had a base from which you could draw from, obviously.
Wow.
Before we get to what happens in The Legend, tell us why the subtitle The Legend.
Well, that's interesting.
Uh-huh.
Because The Legend as a term, a general term, is used loosely. We first called Michael Jordan a legend, and Kobe Bryant was a legend.
True.
Magic Johnson was a legend, and now we've got LeBron James, Steph Curry. They call them legends. But then you've got these other superstar players that aren't as high up on the tier as the legends, and they call those legends. And
Oh,
so I think there's a fine line between being a legend and just being a superstar.
I see.
And so when I came up with the legend, it's like he's on this high tier already. He's in this top tier. So
you're suggesting perhaps Sonny and I would fall in that lower. That's okay. We
I
understand.
love it. I love it.
And young man has some historical perspective. You're talking about Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
And guys who were probably playing.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
You know, these guys. I love the younger generation that study. You know, the older generation.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
A lot of times kids are out of touch with, guys like us
Oh,
that
sure.
played back
Sure.
in the day. Our generation, you throw a name out, they looking at you like,
Like maybe talking Abraham Lincoln.
yeah.
So somewhere along the way, you got interested in golf.
back in third grade.
In the third grade.
Yes.
Whoa, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
was trying to
Whoa,
understand
third
the
grade?
simple arithmetic. If that's not true.
Wow.
Okay, so get us into that now.
So in third grade, we had PE class, and at this time, our school district was trying to get elementary schools more in touch with the sports that weren't as popular.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd be playing tennis instead of basketball or like football. We'd be playing golf. And so we took these little snag clubs. They're like little plastic clubs. They're not real clubs. And we take them and try to hit the ball into a target. And so my gym teacher saw that I was doing exceptionally well at it. And so she took me out. She invited me to come out to this first tee. What do I call it? It's kind of like a
First tee, right?
yeah, it's kind of like a challenge. It's kind of like a challenge for fourth and fifth grade kids. And so she took me out to that, and I had fun. And after that, I told my mom that I have fun doing this. I enjoy doing this. So here we are making a career out of it.
How about that?
Wow.
Well-rounded young man, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Well-rounded. So you adapted. You sort of grown a passion for that game. And, you understand it better, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you right-handed, left-handed?
I'm right here.
Right. So as you're out there on the fairways, trying to find some greens somewhere, what do you think your driving abilities are?
Driving.
Yeah. Can you drive it maybe 150?
How far can you drive?
About 150. My farthest is 250. I've done that twice. I've done it twice.
Whoa.
So have you ever did 250?
Man, I don't
I'm
think
not
so.
sure.
My problem is when I get up there, I'm trying to hit it. My concern is it going left?
That's my
or
problem.
is it going
That's
right?
my problem.
So
I
I'm
may
trying not to
drive-
hit it too hard because it's going. I don't know where it's going.
I may very well drive it 250, but there's just no telling.
It's no telling where it's at. And look out. If you're close, look out.
Have you played some of the popular courses around Houston? Or?
We've played Cypresswood Golf Course. I just got given a membership to the Woodlands Golf Club.
How about that?
So
How about that?
we haven't gotten out there yet. It's been rainy like the past 2
Uh-huh.
weeks, so we're gonna get out there and see what's going on out there. But they took us on a tour a few weeks ago, and I really like that course. So I can't wait to get out there and start playing, because then that's where your game elevates. So when you start playing these really nice courses, these really complicated courses.
So you feel you're justified now in, making mom and dad go out and cop a big set of ping clubs?
Well, you see, clubs are expensive.
Yes,
Clubs
they are.
are expensive,
Trust
and
me.
I'm getting to that point where I need custom clubs because
Uh-huh.
I'm growing. Like I'm getting taller,
Custom clubs.
and so
Yeah, we know all about that.
So those custom clubs cost about, the driver I wanted costs about $699 to get a custom driver, and so that's just one club. So I can't really justify that yet, but that's a lot of money for a club. So
Right.
I got to keep working with what I got and see what happens.
I see grass cutting somewhere in the future. I see
Grass cutting. Grass
car
cutting.
washing.
Wow.
Fundraising kind of thing.
Yeah.
But so you have a nice set right now.
Oh yes, I have a top flight set. It's just a beginner set, but it's for men. And so when I joined the spring golf team at my high school, we started interchanging clubs because most of the time when you have a club set, most of the clubs don't really fit you. It's just a set. And so you have to find the right club that actually fits you and you like hitting and you can hit well with.
Huh. So you feel like you're striking the ball well now.
Yeah.
Yes.
How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot now.
6 foot. Okay. On that note, we're going to take us to a break.
10 minutes after our, ladies and gentlemen, we're sitting here talking with Mr. R.J. Walker, a very well-rounded and highly accomplished young man. We'll be back after this. During the commercial break, he's questioning our production capacity. I mean, he's aware of, of podcast scenarios. What do you do with music?
Well, I play trombone.
Trombone.
Yes.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Trombone.
Trombone.
That's an odd instrument.
Isn't that the one where they?
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not big on
slide
music.
thing.
I think my brother used to play that instrument.
It's a complicated instrument because you're playing a big tuning slide. And so when you're playing music and if you move during the note, you mess up the note. So you got to be precise about where you place the slide each note, because otherwise it doesn't sound.
It compromises the note if you move.
Just your movement.
Oh, not your I'm talking about your hand movement. Like you can move because during marching band, we're walking, we're running, we're marching.
Sure.
So it's all about the hand movements, and it's all about how you can make it more comfortable while hitting the note.
I see.
I do that. I enjoy doing that. I like working, like practicing upstairs. I have a little stand, and I'll put my instrument on, and I'll just go pick it up and start messing around playing notes. I just like to play it.
What inspired you to just pick up the music? I mean,
odd instruments such as that.
Yeah, trombone.
Well, I didn't plan on doing music coming into 6th grade, but I was going into 6th grade, and my mom was like, "You're not going to go to school and come right home. You're going to do something to keep you out of the house until about 5:30." And so,
way to go, Mom.
Wow.
So we picked up either trombone or trumpet, and the trumpet mouthpiece didn't fit my face. And then I pick up the trombone mouthpiece, and I made a little buzzing sound on it the first time I touched it, and that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. That's when I started playing trombone.
So you've learned to read music. How about that?
You taught yourself how to read?
Oh, no. I had a teacher in 6th grade. He was a really good teacher. He taught me in 6th grade. And then after 6th grade, you either go into one or two different bands. And so after 6th grade, you don't have that teacher anymore. But then the teacher that taught me in 6th grade moved up to my high school. And so now I'm here in 9th grade with the same teacher I had in 6th grade.
You're a multi-skilled, multi-utilitarian young man.
Oh.
Have you considered elective office? I don't know. I'm sure it's
you solve a lot of our world's problems, right?
Indeed. You are now a sophomore in high school, going into your sophomore year.
Yeah.
This fall. Yeah. At Spring High.
Yes, I'm still going to Spring High.
Really? A Lion. How about that?
I like being a Lion.
You like being a Lion? Absolutely. It's a great school. Great school. During your high school years, you're obviously going to continue to pursue the music and golf. And how about writing? Any further passions there? You continue to be a writer.
We got a book coming out in a few weeks, actually.
You got a book coming out.
Yeah, this second.
Hold on, let me process.
Sonny, he's going to drop a book.
The second one is coming out in a few weeks. I'm just working on editing at this point.
Wow.
Okay.
How soon after this one did you start the other one?
I started that one before that one was published. So I started the second one before that one was finished. Because you can't start with a blank page, so.
Very impressive young man. Wow.
No.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Ladies and gentlemen, 15 years old.
15.
Wow.
15. Can you give us a sneak peek? No.
I love it. I love it.
Can't
Can't get that, Pops. You can't get that.
But this is extraordinary, and we're just anxious to see what happens, and with you, but we're going to follow up with you. Hope you'll come back sometime.
I'll definitely come back.
Sure.
We would love to have you back.
Ball
Sure. I mean, you've been an inspiration to everyone in the room. You know, even our producer got fired up. Man.
And you're going to be on the spring golf team?
Right now I'm on the varsity team, and we don't really do tryouts.
But stop. Go back. You're on which team?
The varsity.
So, well, of course, right?
I mean, we wouldn't expect anything different, right? I'm just saying.
Jesus.
Wow. So you what sports you doing? Golf going into next year? You going to do basketball as well, or?
I'm still thinking about it because I just turned. I'm gonna switch to music real quick. I just turned the section leader for music for my section,
Which requires a lot of time.
yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's gonna be hard coming off of that, and our marching practices are like 6:30 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. So I've got no time for anything else during the summer. I've got these 5 weeks off, and I'm back July 19th, and we're off and running.
Wow.
Keep your schedule full. I understand you just came away from a regional golf tournament someplace.
I did. We were at Bear Ridge Golf Course
Oh,
for the regional tournament. I placed second in district to get to go there.
is that in Austin, Waco? Or where?
Oh, it was in Waco.
Waco.
That was fun. I liked it there.
And where'd you place?
In the district golf tournament, I placed second, but I don't even know what I placed in the region. I didn't do well.
And so regionally, there are lots of people. I mean,
There was about 180 to like 200 kids there.
wow. So to place second in the other event, you have to outcompete. And obviously, your score, your average. All right.
So
Have you a reasonable handicap at this point? Or?
Well, we're still working.
Uh-huh.
But it's reasonable right now.
Reasonable.
And you're striking from the man's tee, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Sonny, well, I think what we have here is a young man who will be running for governor one day.
Yeah, the future is extremely bright. Wow.
And you just turned 15.
I turned 15 in February.
How about that? You have a younger brother. What's his name?
Ryan.
Ryan. And how old is
Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Ryan.
Ryan's 12 now.
Yeah.
Well, he's a basketball star,
Is that right?
huh? A basketball
We
phenom.
love to watch him play basketball.
Well, obviously, you've been some inspiration to Ryan.
Absolutely.
Hope Ryan watches you.
Hopefully, I don't see how it could be.
Yeah, and that's important because we model, behaviors that others pick up on. Sure, your father's been an excellent model for you, and that kind of thing. Sounds like mom has been in your ear.
Oh, yes.
And got you in your collar.
It's currently in my ear right now.
All right, come on. Tell us something, RJ. How do you see yourself?
I don't.
You don't?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. I just live by the day.
So you're not bothered by others' perception.
No.
Okay. March your own drum and do what you think is correct. How about that?
Leader.
Leader.
Yeah. In every sense of the word.
Then I don't know that I had that kind of resolve at 15 years old.
I didn't either. Wow.
So,
Wow.
this is impressive.
Man, very impressive.
Yes. You have friends?
I do have friends.
Yeah.
I have a good number of friends.
I see. They come by every now and then. You go by their house and that
Yeah,
kind
we
of
hang out.
hang out like that.
So it's safe to say they keep you grounded.
Yeah.
They don't let your head get too big, right? I can't say to you that I had a friend at 15 that had already written and published a book.
A couple of them.
Excuse me. I stand corrected.
Indeed.
A couple. Wow.
No.
That's different territory right there.
No. Most of my friends at 15 have probably published, or at least accomplished, a police blotter or something like that. Nothing of this ilk. We want to talk about this The Legend by R.J. Walker. We want to make sure that everybody sees this. I'm so proud of this young man. There's not enough we can say about him.
Yeah.
R.J., please come back and let us update ourselves.
Yes, indeed.
Once again, can you?
I definitely will.
Fantastic. I really appreciate your time today. All right.
Yes, we appreciate you. We'll take a break.
We've been talking to an exceptional young man here. I don't know what else to say about him. It's 28 minutes after the hour. I'm so grateful to have him around today. And we'll be back shortly for the second segment. We want to thank RJ again for coming out and come back again soon, please.
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
Aren't you tired of not getting what you want in bed?
Are you ready to spice things up behind those closed doors?
Woo! We're here for you every hump day at 7 p.m.
This is Sex on the Edge with Jen and Hen. I'm Jennifer Reeves.
And I'm Hendrik Scott, and we are professional licensed sex therapists.
So remember to watch us Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Edge Radio TV, just in time for sexy time.
Edge Radio TV is holding auditions for new show hosts. Are you a subject matter expert, professional, influencer, book author, thought leader, or business owner with an educational or motivational platform? Then we want to meet you. Send a link of some of your work to edgeradio20@gmail.com and be sure to put audition in the subject line. Join the Edge Radio TV family. Edge TV, because truth still matters.
And welcome back again to the Athlete United platform from the Edge Radio Network, where truth
still matters.
Sonny, we had an impressive guest here earlier, huh?
Oh
How about
man,
that?
hey,
Young man.
if you don't get motivated or inspired by that young man
I'm telling you.
at the age of 15, come on, man.
I think at the age of 15, I was worried about common mathematics, and he's talking about publishing
Books, yes,
and
and golf.
Golf.
I didn't even know golf existed at that age.
And playing the slide trombone.
Right,
Give me a break
right.
with different instruments such as that. But I was looking at some games this past weekend, and come on, man, come on, what a series, huh?
Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about Brooklyn and the team they're slaughtering right now. Well, they managed to lose last night, but still, 3-1.
Brooklyn lost last night?
Yes.
Oh man,
Game 3. Just barely. Down 2-1.
wow! I haven't really been following it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think someone said that James Harden is out. Is he out?
He's hurt. Nah.
How long is he going to be out?
Indefinite. They don't know that at this juncture. That's going to hurt.
Ouch.
It's going to hurt.
Yeah,
It hurt
that's going
last
to
night.
hurt. Because the thing about them, you think about you have three powerful scorers. You got
Sure.
three guys that are capable on any given night to give you 30.
Sure.
So that's 90 points right there.
Sure.
So even if your bench doesn't produce that much, you're still in the game.
Exactly.
Just with those three alone.
Exactly. Talk about super teams.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that. But
In truth,
that's
we've had
the
that before.
generation we see right now.
We've had that before. We've seen that way
That's
back
true.
when.
That's true.
Put, and then we're going to go back a little bit in the Wayback Machine, but put Wilt Chamberlain together with
Whoa.
the logo,
Whoa.
with Elgin Baylor,
Whoa.
and what we have ourselves there is a super team. Huh?
Man, I just talked about 90 points with those three guys, but with
Oh.
these three guys you just mentioned, Man, that's probably 120 points.
You
huh?
bet.
Between
You
the
bet.
three.
And big fella Wilt at that time.
What did Wilt average?
He had de-emphasized scoring by the time he arrived in Los Angeles.
Right.
But rebounding, blocking shots, and generally hurting people who drove to the hole.
Let's stop right there. Let's highlight Wilt, man,
All
because
right.
people don't talk
All right.
about Wilt
Mm.
enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you and I talk, and you're a historian like myself,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, there's some numbers and stuff that you've mentioned to me from time to time as far as Wilt, and it's just mind blowing the type of numbers this man put up. You know, let's just throw a line out. And
He's
we'll talk about it.
He's had a stat line.
Yeah.
Not only included scoring, rebounding, and block shots,
Mm-hmm.
but a bunch of steals and a bunch of assists.
And this is a center.
Yes, a center.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just want to make sure we acknowledge that we're talking about a center, and you said a bunch of assists.
Bunch of assists.
So we're talking probably 10 or more.
It was 17, as a matter of fact.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Did you say 17 assists?
12 steals.
12 steals in one ball game.
One game. Outrageous
How many
number of points. Outrageous number of
53
rebounds.
points or something crazy like that?
50 some points.
How many rebounds?
27, I think.
Come on, man. Come on. 27?
Which was a normal night for him at times.
Man, we got to start talking about this guy more, man.
Come on.
Come on, man.
Immortal.
Come on,
Unreal.
man.
We're talking Mount Vesuvius here. We're talking Mount
Man.
Olympus. We're talking the pantheon of all sports.
Let's not discount the fact, though, you and I have had these conversations before, the type of athlete this man was. He wasn't just basketball.
No.
So let's speak on that. I mean,
While he was at
all
Kansas
too
University,
well.
while he was a Jayhawker,
Yeah.
he comes out after the basketball season attracting.
Yeah.
No practice.
Never.
Hadn't had time to get in and involved form and fit form and function. He comes out and high jump NCAA marks. Yes.
And this man had never
practiced.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Runs the 400 in NCAA time.
And this man was 7 feet tall.
7'1".
How much did he weigh?
At the time, he was probably a good 245, 250. He became about a 280-pound, 290-pound guy in the NBA.
Solid muscle.
Solid muscle. Arnold Schwarzenegger called him the strongest man he's ever seen.
I was about to touch on that. Let's tell the audience how strong this man was, just so they can get an understanding.
A guy our size can bench press 300. That's impressive.
Absolutely.
And it's hell.
Yeah, because we got long arms.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So it makes it a little bit more difficult.
The Pacific weight that we're feeling coming back at us, the negative as they refer to, it's triple the ordinary pressure. Wilt benched 500 multiple times.
Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, he said 500.
500.
We're not talking maxing out. You're talking about reps?
Reps. He repped 500.
Repped 500. Shout out to Wilt Chamberlain.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, wherever he traveled on location, took his gym with him. One trailer was dedicated to nothing but his weights, his gym. During the filming of Conan the Barbarian, Wilt was playing some villainous character on that movie. He said Wilt was bench pressing and repping 525 pounds, blowing him away. That's strong, ladies and gentlemen. That is strong.
I mean,
it's inhuman.
That's what I want to know. How much did Arnold? Arnold probably didn't. Schwarzenegger probably didn't even do that much.
Arnold was a normal 300-pound bench presser. Arnold worked in specific areas.
Right.
The pounding a bench with arms that long.
500 pounds.
Incredible. He's done things, man. Listen, he quit playing basketball with 74, 75, somewhere in that neighborhood. So he hadn't touched the ball forever. He's been dead for a long time.
Yeah.
There's still 70-some records he holds in the NBA.
Did you say 70?
70. And listen to this. 70 points or more has been scored about 11 times in the NBA. 70 or more.
Yeah.
Recently as last year, Devin Booker.
Right.
Wilt own 8 of those.
Come on, man. Come on, man. That's crazy.
80 or more points have been scored only twice. 3 times in that league. Wilt owns 2 of those. And no one has scored 100 in a game.
Wow.
But Wilt.
Wow, man.
Listen.
Amazing.
He was late to that game.
Yeah.
He caught a charter flight to get there. So it was a rush job. He just shows up.
Hold on, to the game that he scored 100?
To the game. Hershey, Pennsylvania is where that game was played.
He was late?
Late for the game. He had to catch a charter to get there. Missed the team flight. And so he walks in when everybody's warmed up, practically. He scores 100. 100. Now, the man who held him that night, a few nights later, had to hold him again from New York Knicks. And he brags that he was ready for him that time. He held him 78.
So he held him to 78?
Yes.
My goodness, man. My goodness. What do you being older, you playing like myself, what do you think, because people always make the argument, he didn't play against anybody, Go ahead and throw some notable centers out, because I know all
yes,
of them,
indeed.
like Artis Gilmore.
That was Wilt was 7'1", which may have been extraordinary publicly, but among athletes and basketball players, that's a lot of guys 7'1". Right. There was lots of guys 6'11", 7 foot, and 7'2" while he was around that league. Wilt was just that much better than everybody. That was Bob Pettit. That was Bill Russell. There was Neil Walker. There was a lot of big guys around during his era. Wilt wasn't this massive individual when he came into the league. He was tall and lean. He became massive later. He was simply that much better. He was faster. He jumped higher. He anticipated. He had athleticism off the charts, if you will. The man, as a youngster, here's the story I love that the old general manager of the Boston Celtics used to tell, Red Auerbach. Wilt worked at a country club up in the Catskills as a youngster. As a bellhop. People show up to this big resort. He'd go out and get their bags and take them. He's 15 years old at the time. Yeah. Red Auerbach shows up with the then Player of the Year from Kansas, a center from Kansas, who was anticipating being one of the highest picks of the draft that year. Red Auerbach shows up with him, obviously trying to get in good with this kid, the Celtics. He challenged him to play this young man. The Player of the Year in college basketball. He challenged him to play Wilt. Wilt dominated him so bad, beat him so much.
At 15?
At 15. That this man decided, I need to do something else. If a 15-year-old can handle me like this, perhaps basketball is not future.
Whoa.
Yes. That is an actual story, is an actual truth. The outcome is documented. Who knows how it's been spun, but that is the actual outcome of that game between Wilt Chamberlain and the College Player of the Year. I'll give you a better one. As a freshman in those days, freshmen were ineligible to play. Yeah. So one of the entertaining things they did for these highly touted freshman classes was have a freshman varsity game at some of these major colleges. Yeah. Wilt scored 50 on the national champion Kansas Jayhawks as a freshman. He scored 50.
50 as a freshman.
As a freshman. And that became a marker of things. Lou Alcindor scored 40 on the national champion UCLA Bruins.
We could spend a whole hour on him as well.
Indeed.
These guys, man.
Wilt, the Dipper, they referred to him as
Big Dipper, right?
Big Dipper.
Big Dipper.
He didn't really cotton to that New York Times, New York Post, Wilt the Stilt. He didn't really like that.
But he liked the Dipper.
He liked the Big Dipper.
So let me ask you this: Did you witness that 100 game? Did you get?
No, but everybody says they did. That little place held something like 1,200 people.
That's it.
1,200. Small little place. It was basically kind of a regional marketing game. And Hershey, Pennsylvania.
That's what I was about to say, Hershey.
Yeah.
Hershey,
Pennsylvania. Yes, the place where they make Hershey candy bars, by the way.
Wow.
And Hershey chocolate. But talk to everybody around that age and they'll swear they were there.
Yeah. That close to Philadelphia?
Yes, not far from Philly. And it's one of those regional marketing games. So he did incredible things. I mean, we could go on and on about Wilt. They said he was selfish. They said he was a ball hog. Because he led the league in scoring and outscored everybody so tremendously that the following year, he not only led the league in scoring, he led the league in assists.
Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, did you just say a center?
A center.
Led the entire league.
In scoring and
NBA.
Yes.
In the same season.
Mm-hmm.
He led in scoring and assists.
And assists.
Scoring and assists.
The man was incredible.
Center.
Simply incredible.
Come on, man. Wow.
You just won't. There will not be performances such as that. We've not seen it. LeBron, Kobe, Michael, whomever, whatever they do from a output perspective, we've seen that before. Okay.
Right.
And you can talk about eras if you want to.
Right.
He was simply that much better than his era.
Hey, all I'm saying, give the man his due.
Absolutely.
You know, I like to. I hear people all the time. I'm like, man, give the man his due.
Come on.
You know what I mean? The argument, people, he didn't play against nobody, no tall centers.
Come on.
Man,
come on.
Numbers are numbers.
Numbers are numbers.
Them numbers don't lie.
Don't lie.
You know,
no matter where he went.
Man, that's crazy. Man.
Himself. The big dipper.
And scoring in the same season. Come on, man. You got. I mean, there's some great guards in the league. You know what I mean? During that time.
And great guard on his team.
Right.
Hal Greer was one of the best guards. He's a Hall of Fame guard.
Man, you talking about, I mean, guys like Tiny Archibald.
Cousy. Bob Cousy. Come on, all these guys known to dish.
He led the league in assists.
In assists.
Wow.
The Big Dipper, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, the Big Dipper. We'll take us in the break.
Incredible man. And we have a young lady coming up here shortly. We want to introduce you all to. We have a segment on this podcast referred to as Doc's Corner. And Doc, we refer to, she's Mrs. Christy Yannick. She is a wellness practitioner, health and wellness practitioner. Full of information and resourceful as she is, and we're just thrilled with some of the methodologies and therapies that she presents. And we're going to have her on here shortly. And if you listen closely, because she's informational, she's inspirational, she's the truth when it comes to health and wellness. Yes. So we refer to her as Dr. KJ, Christy Yannick. We're going to bring her on here shortly. Be right back.
The Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and you know, sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And you know, my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. You know, I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay?
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
And we're back. Just a program note, we're going to have to pivot from the original intent. We had an urgent matter, Sunny, with Doc, and we offer our condolences. We truly do. And so we won't be able to have her this afternoon. But going forward, we will present that segment every week, Doc's Corner. We were talking about various legends of the league, particularly Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
But what about these guys who handle the ball?
Oh man, ball handling.
What do you think about that?
Man,
Handles.
that's great, man. I think about, we'll back up a little bit, then we'll bring it back to today's.
All right,
era,
great.
So when I think about ball handling, one of the best ball handlers I've seen during kind of my era, Kenny Anderson. I just think about him, his days at Georgia Tech.
Yes.
I'll never forget him coming down on the break, bop, bop, behind the back, you know what I mean? I think Bobby Hurley.
Yes.
On Bobby Hurley,
yes.
Man,
Incredible.
Oh, incredible. I think he was a great ball handler. Obviously, back in your era, you had guys like Tiny Archibald, correct?
Listen, I can tell you this much. Mm-hmm. There's one particular ball player that has changed. James Harden. And I'll make this a kind of a parallel. Mm-hmm. James Harden may very well have done something to change escape moves in this game. Perhaps forever, because I'm watching young high schoolers imitate it.
Yeah.
I'm watching college ball players imitate it.
Right. In our era, you would consider that travel.
Yeah, you would. But it adds so much flavor and texture to the game that I think officials are sort of just let them get away with it.
Yeah, I guess to try to spice it up a little bit, right? Add a little bit more offense.
It was time.
In the 90s, in my era, they were talking about the game was too physical, right? So now you want to kind of increase the scoring.
But
go ahead.
My point is that it did add flavor and some texture.
Mm-hmm.
But the old time, if you will, ball handler changed the game. Prior to 1967, you made a reverse dribble in the customary way.
Right.
You
I know where you're going with
took
this.
one hand and then your hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, based on what this gentleman brought to the game, no matter how good a handler you are, no matter what kind of ball player you are, everybody got that same move. Everybody in Springfield, every jersey in Springfield now, from 67 on, had that same move.
Let me crack at it. Can I take a guess at who you? I got
what
do
they call it?
Earl the Pearl Monroe.
Come on.
Oh man.
That move is referred to as purling. That spin.
Yeah.
What he done was eliminate a dribble. Mm-hmm. And also evaded the defense.
Yes.
Probably carrying by most measures, but it added some flavor.
Oh, flavor, man.
It advanced the entertainment value of the game.
Really?
So officials let him get away with it. Earl the Pearl Monroe.
Shout out.
Yes.
Man.
From a small HBCU in Wake Forest, North Carolina.
Can you get a name of that university?
Winston-Salem State University.
All right.
WSSU. They call themselves the Rams. I used to recruit that school, and incredible.
Was that Division? Was it that even Division I?
No, not at the time. Not at the time. It was Division II college at the time. It's
Small
Division I
college
now.
Yeah.
But at the time he played there, it was considered the college division. Then there was the university division. He played college and won the college national championship.
Oh, because I was just about to ask, how did he get the recognition at such a small school?
Yeah, you only average 45 points a game.
Only?
That's all he did.
Ladies and gentlemen, and, only 45, huh?
And it was magical to
My
watch.
goodness. The average 45,
Come on,
that means he had to be putting up some 50s, some 60s up in there.
All the time.
Because come on now.
All the time.
45?
With that singular move. There were evade defenses.
Man.
And he had a cute little jumper in the lane.
Yeah.
Yes. But I find that incredible that it has influenced the rest of the game.
Right.
LeBron has it.
Absolutely.
Steph has it.
Yeah.
Kyrie has it.
I was just about to say. Let's switch gears and talk about who, in your opinion, because I think you probably would agree with me, who's the best ball handler in today's game? You want me to go first? I'll tell you.
Go for it.
I say Kyrie Irving. Hands down, no question. What do you say?
Okay, Steph's a great shooter.
Yeah.
Steph's a great shooter.
Absolutely.
Growing up, he became an outstanding shooter. So defenses collapsed on him. Defense was aware of him. Defenses focused on him and tried to do and trap him and double him and everything they could. So what does a great shooter who wants to shoot do?
He has to improve his ball handling.
Yeah, he develops some escape moves. You bet he does, to get it off. Steph is a handler. Yeah. Make no bones about that.
True.
Yes, he
But
can
is
screw you up.
he a better handler than Kyrie Irving?
No, he's not.
That's what I wanted to know.
Kyrie has that ball on the string.
Oh man, that thing on the string, man.
I love it. But I can tell you who's a more effective handler.
Yeah.
CP3.
Man, I love CP3. Shout out to CP3.
Hey, shout out.
Come on, man. Hey, a leader.
A leader.
In every sense of the word.
A
winner.
A winner.
Winner.
Wherever he goes, improves.
Wherever.
Indeed.
You know.
If he understands the game from his X and O perspective.
Look at what he's done with Phoenix.
Come on.
Phoenix.
We hadn't heard from Phoenix since the 70s.
Right. And nobody had him on the radar. I said, watch. I told some of my friends, watch what happens. CP3.
There's a reason they call them point guards.
Yes.
Point guards.
Yes. Put everybody in a position to be successful.
Talking about guards, let's recognize a young man who didn't play NBA basketball, but his influence handling. And I'm not one of those East Coast universities he came from.
Yeah.
God Shammgod.
Oh man, yes. Signature move.
When Russell Westbrook.
Shout out to God Shammgod.
Come on, God.
Yeah.
God Shammgod. When you guarding now, you put it out there with your right, and you take it back with your left, or you put it out there with your left, and take it back with your right. And how about this move where you're in front of a man on the baseline? Turn your back to him and go behind your back and then take him baseline. That's a very deceptive move.
Right. But hold on. That's great.
Yes.
But hold on. We can't talk about ball handling without talking about the crossover. Right?
Cross.
So when I think crossover, I think of one of the first guys that, and then, your era is different from mine. I think about Tim Hardaway. His crossover was compact. I think about Allen Iverson. His was, a little wide. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Remember he rocked Michael Jordan.
Of course.
I'm sure.
Gave him some ankles.
Gave him to him, when you talk about crossover, who guys come to mind in your era?
Way back when I'm in high school, I'm watching Big Ten basketball. There was a young man, University of Minnesota, named Archie Clark. Archie Clark. You gotta look him up sometime.
Yeah.
Archie had a study step cross. It left defenders going one way while he went the other. He was a very fine shooter from the baseline. And he'd walk it down in front of you and study you and look right. You go right, you go left. It's up. I mean, sort of the premise for how guys, develop that escape move. And what you saw in Tim Hardaway, what you see in Allen Iverson, those kind of guys later. Zeke Thomas, Isaiah Thomas later on.
Yeah, we didn't mention Isaiah Thomas. Hey, Isaiah Thomas had that thing on the string, man.
Come on.
On the string.
Zeke made me think more of Archie than anyone. And because he studied you. Yeah. Ball handling is the spice of life in that league, man. It really is. Everybody knows it. Tim Hardaway broke my heart years ago when I was living in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The University of Mexico was headed places. Man, they were going places.
Lobos, huh?
Lobos. We loved that team over there.
Everybody
loved going out watching the University of Mexico Lobos. Yeah. But they had a conference final game. We were certain they were going to win and head on to the NCAA against El Paso, UTEP.
UTEP, yeah.
And UTEP had a kid that only my nephews were aware of at the time. They were telling me about it. Yeah, sure. I hadn't lived in Illinois for years, so I didn't know anything about Chicago scene. This kid only dropped about 38 on us that night and was losing some very fine defensive players, with that damn step cross.
Talking about Tim Hardaway?
Yes.
He dropped 38 that night.
God. And most of that first half. And it's just dangerous, man. It's just discouraging. And so he beat my Lobos at the time and moved on into the NCAA tournament. I remember him from that point forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
He had the same build in college, or
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Little stocky
guy,
compact guy. You know what I mean? Yeah, his crossover, it was like real,
Yes.
Oh man, he get in and out of tight spaces.
He was highly effective up until he developed what is known as the Chicago knee.
Let's talk about that for a second. Well, most people don't know what you're talking about when you say the Chicago knee.
You grow up in Chicago playing on blacktop and
right?
surface, and you're bouncing and falling, and everybody wants to show some air, and over the years it takes a toll on you.
Blacktop, yeah.
Absolutely, that blacktop. It shows up later on.
Right. That's why you see guys walking a certain way, huh?
Yeah.
And then when they get up in age.
Guys limping. We think they're pimping. No, they're
right.
not. Okay.
They're pimping, but they're really just limping.
This has been wonderful, Sonny. Enjoy the conversation. We're going to be back here this time next week. And we're going to have guests that are sure to educate and sure to entertain. And proud to have you, son. Proud to work with my son every day, every week.
Oh, yeah. Feelings mutual.
Absolutely. Love you, big fella.
Love you, too.
All right.
Great show.
56 minutes after the hour, and we're going to let Sonny wrap us up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll get my jacket right. It's been fun, but we got to run. And we're out like a scout on a new route. Next time.
Next time.